Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. We'll get you caught up on today's top headlines. With cold weather, often comes more house fires. Last month alone, the American Red Cross assisted with nearly 40 house fires in northwest Arkansas and southwest Missouri. They typically get called to assist more house fire victims when the temperatures, they say, drop below 30. Experts also say if you use a fireplace to heat your home, you should have it inspected regularly and only burn approved materials. Firefighters also telling us you should never use anything to heat your home that's not designed for it.
It's when people use things like ovens to heat their home. Well, an oven is not designed to heat a dwelling unit to do so for a continuous amount of time. And there are no, safeguards in case that oven malfunctions, which it likely will when tasked to do something like that.
And now the good news, if you're one of the many in need of help with energy bills to heat your home, the application period for the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program begins in most areas on January 9th. The program helps eligible people receive financial assistance for winter utilities. Arkansas offers 2 types of benefit payments: regular, which is a fixed amount based on the household income and the number of people who live in the home. And then there's crisis, which will help prevent disconnection or restore some services. If you want to apply, just go through the Arkansas Office of Energy. They can get you in touch with your local office to start the application process. All right, before we get to more of today's top stories, let's get a check of that weather with meteorologist Stephen Abshire. Stephen, it looks like sunshine in the forecast this week.
Oh yeah, sunshine in the forecast might be a bit of an understatement because we're going to just have 2 absolutely beautiful days here coming up to end this week because a lot of sunshine is on the way. But we're going to be cooler. We already saw cooler temperatures for this morning. We were into the 30s widespread. A couple areas even got into the upper 20s. And then high temperatures today are going to be right around average for this time of the year. Northwest Arkansas is going to be into the upper 40s. Fayetteville and Bentonville at 49 degrees. Huntsville as well at 49 degrees. The River Valley is running a few degrees warmer than Northwest Arkansas, but still into the 50s for that high temperature today. 53 from Fort Smith, Ozark into Clarksville, 54 in Waldron, and 52 in Sallisaw later on throughout today. But as we move into Thursday, what to expect? Well, a lot of sunshine is on the way as well. We're going to have cooler temperatures in the morning, going to be into the 20s widespread for Northwest Arkansas, but sunshine from there on out after sunrise around 7:30 for tomorrow. We're going to be out of the 30s by mid-morning, going to be into the 40s and into the 50s later on today. The high temperature for tomorrow will be into the 50s for Northwest Arkansas, then clear as we get into the overnight. For the River Valley, sunshine as well all day long. High temperatures will be into the mid-50s. Then we're going to have clear skies as we get into Friday morning. But taking a look at what to expect as we can get later on throughout the rest of the day on Friday, could see some showers begin to pop up late into the evening and into the overnight as the system approaches from the west. Most of the rain, if we do end up getting rain, will be relatively isolated and light and will come likely on Saturday morning heading into midday. But right now we're only putting in a 20% chance for showers to begin to move through on Saturday morning. So we still have a couple days to narrow that down and see if we actually are going to get some rain on Saturday morning. But what to expect in the 7-day forecast? Well, Northwest Arkansas, we're going to be average over the next couple of days, but a bit of a warm up as we approach the weekend. Friday going into Saturday, could see temperatures get up into the mid to upper 50s. Sunday's going to be closer to average as well. But as we get into the start of the week, more sunshine is on the way with temperatures warming up just a bit. For the River Valley, going to have temperatures potentially into the 60s by Friday, but back into the 50s for the weekend after some shower chances on Saturday. As we head into next week, we're going to have warmer temperatures again, and also some sunshine on the way. But that's all for now. Let's send it back over to Joe with another look at today's headlines.
All right, thanks so much, Stephen. Well, there is a new addition at the state capitol. Governor Asa Hutchinson unveiled his official portrait on Tuesday. The piece was painted by the same artist who also did the presidential portraits for George H.W. Bush and Ronald Reagan. Now, the process took more than a year to complete.
As you know me, there is a little bit of a glimpse of a smile there. And that reflects the hope that I have for this state, the hope I have for the people, and for the future.
The portrait will hang in the governor's conference room in the Capitol and will be replacing former Governor Mike Beebe's photo. Well, speaking of governors, Arkansas Governor-elect Sarah Huckabee Sanders announcing a new cabinet pick. Sanders announced she will nominate Joe Profari as Secretary of the Department of Corrections. He previously worked as Deputy Prison Director in Arizona. And an Arkansas teenager making history this week. Jalen Smith is the new mayor of Earle, Arkansas, and he's also the youngest black candidate to ever win a mayor race. The town of around 2,000 elected the 18-year-old in the November midterm elections. He beat his opponent only by 52 votes. Now, Smith says having younger people like himself running for office, he believes is exactly what Arkansas needs.
It feels inspiring because, you know, other people that want to get into politics and see me and not done it, they want to get into it regardless of what people tell you and what they say. You still have to move forward because anything you do positive or negative, people going to find something to say.
The new mayor says he plans on taking next semester off from Arkansas State University Mid-South to focus on this new role. And Crawford County now has a new sheriff. Daniel Perry was sworn in on January 1st after winning a runoff election in the spring and going uncontested in November. He takes over as the sheriff's office finds itself in the middle of several high-profile cases. 5 News reporter Ian Taylor sat down with the new sheriff, who says recovery all starts with transparency.
A lot of accountability, things like that I wanted documented, and that way the officer or detention worker or whoever, if they've got any question, the policy is going to be right there at their fingertips.
Now, over the summer, Crawford County residents filmed a violent arrest involving 2 Crawford County deputies. The city is also dealing with the death of a jail inmate and the escape of another. Even still, Perry says he isn't letting that slow him down from making some changes. And Breeze Airways, meanwhile, offering people the opportunity to check off 2 popular cities from their new travel bucket list, some very low prices. The airline's January bucket list promotion is on sale now through Thursday. Sale fares are starting as low as $39 for travel anytime between January 11th through the 14th. You'll be able to fly one way to New Orleans for that $39 price. And you can make your way to Tampa for just $10 more at $49. And a nationwide Adderall shortage has people scrambling to find their needed medication. But not just patients, pharmacies as well. 5 News reporter Micah Wilson takes a look at how this shortage is impacting the natural state and what you can do to deal with the problem.
No matter which pharmacy you go to across the state, their shelves probably look like this as people in the pharmacies try to find Adderall.
We can't fill a full prescription.
Julie Stewart with Medical Art Pharmacy in Fayetteville says they've been dealing with this problem for months.
Medical Arts Pharmacy.
Pretty much everything across the board, all of the generic combinations and everything are unavailable. So we try every day to order, and every day pretty much the medications are out of stock.
And it's just not Medical Arts.
Incredibly frustrating. I've called probably 50 pharmacies between Bentonville and Fort Smith.
In October, the FDA announced Teva Pharmaceuticals, which manufactures about half of the U.S. supply of the drug commonly used to treat ADHD, is having intermittent manufacturing issues.
While it's not a life-saving medication, it's a life-altering medication.
Pediatrician and Fayetteville City Health Officer Dr. Marty Sharkey says this can impact kids, and for adults and teens,
It makes it harder to do my job. It makes it harder to just live a day-to-day life.
So Dr. Sharkey recommends if you cannot find the medication, ask your doctor for an alternative. But even that may not be possible.
It's not just Adderall, it's other medications.
Adderall's unavailable, and these other medications are being prescribed. Now some of them are becoming unavailable because the supply can't keep up with that demand.
Dr. Sharkey says to help ration some of the medication, you can just take it during the week.
For some people, that is a safe and effective way to manage their ADHD.
And it's just not Adderall that some pharmacies are searching for. They're also looking for cough and cold medicines as well as liquid amoxicillin. In Fayetteville, covering news where you live, Michael Wilson, 5 News.
Well, those are some of your top news stories. I'm Joe Ellison. Make sure you join us again tomorrow right here for more news and weather where you live. Have a great day.